Good evening. So as you can probably tell, with me being in just shorts, looking a bit podgy, I am on a bulk right now, so please excuse the podginess. And the bath, I am going to be getting in right now. But it's not any old bath. From the title, you've probably guessed, and my breath, it's a cold bath. I'm going to make it a little bit better. And while I'm pouring the ice in, getting in, I'll be talking to you just why I do this, and why you should as well. The reason I do ice baths is because I found them an absolute game changer. So they increase your dopamine by 250%, and that lasts for hours. So to put that into context, when you have chocolate, your dopamine probably will increase by about 2 times, maybe 1.5 times, and that lasts for 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes of gratification. But when you have an ice bath, this lasts for about 3 hours. That alone is ridiculous. It resets your dopamine every single day, whenever you do it. So I do mine in the morning, so as soon as I get up, it doesn't matter how my sleep's gone, how I feel. After I have one of these, I feel great. I'm ready to get on attack the world. So the biggest thing you're thinking is probably the shock factor. Now there's actually really good science behind why this is incredible for you. So if you're like me, who suffered with anxiety and still does sometimes, but I can manage it, is because this increases your adrenaline by 500%. Now when you first hear that, you probably think, well, surely if my adrenaline goes up by 500%, that's not a good thing. But here's the thing, that's just in the moment. So when you get in, your adrenaline goes up by 500%. You're feeling like, you're breathing really heavy, you're feeling panicky. You're having an adrenaline dump. So it raises those levels of adrenaline really, really high, but then that goes. Now what you've done is you've used all your adrenaline up, or most of it up, so that the rest of the day, when you're doing your office jobs, there's not your fight or flight response or adrenaline seeping into your everyday activities. There's none of this. And that's kind of what causes anxiety. What I found was when I was not doing these and I was working, when I was on my keyboard, I found my hands get slightly sweaty. And I was like wondering why. And that's when I didn't do gym, I wasn't maybe doing any exercise. So I was kind of like, well, I had no outlet. But this is the godsend of outlets. So now you feel really happy for hours, really calm and really relaxed. Let's get on to number 3. Now the last 2 ones are kind of physical. In a way, they're literally releasing chemicals. The third one is purely mental. To get up in the morning and your first thing is to do this, put yourself through this much pain and discomfort, you've got to be mentally strong to do that. And it grows and it grows and it grows, and you start to become very, very mentally strong. This task alone shapes you, molds you into that person you want to be. And I found this, just doing this every morning, like, oh, I don't want to do it, but I force myself to get in. Afterwards, I feel so relieved, so happy, and then I'll also feel like mentally strong. Like if I don't want to have that sugar, after doing this for a while, it trained my brain to be that strong, so I could say yes or say no to things I wanted to do, instead of getting carried away by my thoughts, instead of getting controlled by my thoughts. So there's your 3 reasons. Now, that is probably not good enough, because you've never actually experienced it. You've not experienced this. It's all right me saying it, but you need to actually feel it. And you're probably looking at this thinking, why the fuck am I doing this? Look, it's absolutely freezing. And it's so uncomfortable. And I only did this because of my book. So I was writing the book, and I was like, I wanted to include this. So I heard everyone raving about it, everyone's going on about it. And I was like, well, how can I include this into my book if I'm not going to try it myself? It makes me a bit of a fraud. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it for 30 days, and if I don't like it, I won't do it ever again. After 10 days of doing this, I decided I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. And this is where I am. This was a massive reason why I was able to come off antidepressants and feel no different. I was able to feel incredible. No anxiety, no depression, naturally. That alone is a reason to do it. At least try this for me. I know looking at me looks crazy, but when you really feel the benefits, you will not stop. And you'll be telling everyone about it, just like I was trying to get them into it as well, because you know you've become a different animal, a different person, a better person. So, I want to show you the ice up close, so you can really get a feel for what I'm about to do. So when you first get in, just try give me 30 seconds. For those first few days, just give me 30 seconds each time. Get the water, maybe up to here if you really can't do any more, but try to really submerge yourself up to your neck and see how you do. Okay, so right now, my adrenaline's increasing 500% of what it was just then. You can see by the change of my breath, that's doing that. But now it's starting to calm. I'm starting to get my breath back. Now, when you guys first try this, you'll find you'll be breathing for a good few minutes, if you're able to stay in it that long. But that's fine. That's what happens when you first start, and you'll get used to it soon. Now, the optimum experience and time you can do is about 2 minutes. That's when I find I get most of my benefits. If I go on longer than that, great, I still get a few more benefits. I feel maybe a little bit more calmer, a little bit happier, but not a lot to justify staying in that long if I don't have the time. You can use a bath, you can use a wheelie bin, you can use this tub. Just get in and show me what you can do. And once you're in, you don't have to put ice in like I did today. So you can actually still get loads and loads of benefits from the water being at 15 degrees. So 10 to 15 degrees is still optimum. You don't have to go all the way to completely ice. Spider. You don't have to go to complete ice. You can go a bit warmer if you need to. But when I find I've got ice like this, I feel I get the best benefits. The stronger my mentality grows. I get my biggest dopamine rush, my biggest adrenaline rush. You are literally putting yourself into a self-induced panic attack. So you're teaching yourself how to deal with panic attacks daily, so that if it does come on during your day-to-day life, you can go, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna be panicked today. I'm not gonna feel that because I said no. This is panic attack training. And watch how I thrive. I didn't do this at first. I wasn't this calm. I wasn't able to speak. But watch how I thrive now. And that's what I want you to get to. Give me 2 weeks and you will never stop. Now here's a few tips that I learned while doing it. So leave your tub outside, because what's better and cheaper than the world calling the water? Through winter and autumn, and to be fair, start of spring, it's usually cold enough. You don't have to do anything to it. It's just summer where you have to put ice in. And I put ice in obviously to show you guys what's capable, what you can do if you really want to. The next thing, after about 2 weeks, the water will start going dirty, start going green, and that's when you want to empty it. Otherwise, you can do something that I do where I put chlorine and algicide in here, which just keeps a bit of upkeep. So you have to put a little bit in kind of daily, every other day, and it'll just maintain the bath. Start feeling really relaxed. It will maintain the bath. The third thing is when you get in, you'll find your hands and feet get the coldest. Now what you can do, I don't know if you can see my legs, but they're folded right now. I just tuck my hands under the fold of my legs, and that keeps them warm enough. And with your feet, well, you just got to kind of deal with it. But other than that, just embrace it. Relax, close your eyes. If you start shivering, just take a deep breath and the shivering will go. Now I've not got a timer, so I don't know how long I'm doing or how long I've done. I usually do 2 minutes though. So if I do less or more, then you know that's kind of what I go for. A bit of aftercare as well. So when you get out, which I'm going to do soon, firstly, you want to dunk your head before you get out. The dunk of the head will give you a little shock. It's really good for you. Afterwards, you don't want to go straight into the hot shower. Dry yourself off, wrap yourself up. I usually do my duvet, and I'll sit there and just kind of naturally let myself cool down for about 20 minutes, and then I'll have a nice toasty shower. So I'm going to now dunk my head. I'm going to do all that, and I'm going to have a nice toasty shower. Right. As you can see, looking a little bit red, but I feel great. Whew. Show me what you can do. I want you to get one of these, get a tub, a willy bit, anything. Send me a photo on Twitter. Send me something. Send me it privately that you've done this, and I'll be so proud of you. Go get it.